What it do, baby? Welcome to Vegeta Saint Army. Thank you guys for liking, watching, and subscribing. How are you guys doing? So I had to go ape form on it. The full moon was out because I had the field card out. Vegeta leader, the green Vegeta. Fun deck. I want to show you guys what I'm doing with them. Now, as you can tell, I'm not playing the usual green leader. That is because I think that I had a lot of fun with him. I was actually winning more games than I should have. But he's very reactive. And he's very proactive in the hand destruction that he does. And what I mean by that is that, like, the green leader only ripped your opponent's hand if they, like, removed your battle cards by a skill. And I don't like that as much. Also, he doesn't draw as much, right? So what this leader does is he's actually critical in the front. And on the back, he draws, right? Which is really good. And I like the critical part because when he attacks every time, then it's ripping your opponent's hand in a way. Also, it's 15k critical on the front if your opponent's already awakened. So you can't really get stalled that well on that aspect. He's considered every color. He's a draft box leader. So you know that they're considered yellow, blue, green, red, just like the other ones. Draw 2 on the awaken, and on this side, he just draws when he attacks. Now, how good is this? Like, I wouldn't take this to a regional, but it's a really fun deck. Like, it's important to have a fun deck because when you play only your competitive deck, it can burn you out of the game, of your deck. And also, it's good to have a fun deck because it familiarizes you with other colors that don't exactly fit. Like, let's say that you play red a lot competitively. You may want to pick up a black deck or a yellow deck as a fun deck, you know, just to, like, get to know the rulings of some of the words, you know. Like, if somebody plays Homicidal Clone on you and they have 6 left, you're like, wait a minute, I play that card. You know, like, I know that you can't do that unless you have 5 life, for example, you know, like, so it's always good to spread your colors that you like, you know what I mean, before somebody else spreads your cheeks. So this guy, obviously every color. Again, he's also green, so that's what we're doing. Like, you can get creative. You can build a blue deck with D-Magic and Raider's Warcry in this deck. You know, you can play King Vegeta's surprising attack or whatever, like, whatever the fuck. Like, but we're using just the green part. We're gonna utilize his green cards to take advantage of the deck. So the first card we're playing, and he is considered a green Saiyan, so we're using this package. We're playing 4 of Vegeta's Elites Resolve. When you play it, he looks at the top 5 for a 3-drop Saiyan, and or he looks through the whole deck for the field card and adds it to your hand. The field card you can play for free. Once you have it in your hand. The only way you should play the field card is if you played him first, because if you just play the field card, it's kind of nag in my opinion. You want to do this turn 2, because he is a blocker, and when you utilize his blocker skill, and you have the field card out, you can play the ape from deck, once in rest mode, or you can play him if the blocker was removed by a skill, but only from your hand. This is a really cool thing. Like, the field stands up your ape, which is relevant because he's a blocker and he's 20k. And when the ape, every time he attacks, your opponent has to drop a card. So it's good offensively, it's good defensively. It's a really cool, it's a cool engine that I've had a lot of fun with. Also, that 1-drop searches for 3-drop or below Saiyans. So we're running the Vegeta Super Combo. This Vegeta Super Combo is actually busted. It's a 1-drop. You play it for 1, and your opponent has to drop a battle card from their They have to drop a card from their hand of their choosing. And then, if your life is at 4 or less, when you combo them, you draw a card. So it has that dual kind of, I guess, skill to them. I really like them for that. Now here is, let me just get this shit out of the way. For fun, we're playing one of these. It's a fun deck. We're having fun. We're theming, but this guy's actually pretty good. As a counterplay, the card your opponent's playing, they can either play it, and if you activated this, they have to choose whether to play it or to drop 2 cards from hand. I'm usually charging this, but it's really cool when your opponent's playing like tokens, for example. Like, if they're playing Obuni, or if they're playing the blue, yellow, rose, Goku Black, because if you target the tokens, they have to play those tokens. So if they play Goku Black, when they play the tokens, they have to drop 2 for each token. So if they play Goku Black, you play this on the window that targets the tokens, and you're like, okay, you have to drop 8 cards now from your hand because of this. So it's like a Ribrianne and steroids in some cases, and it's a fun deck, so I'm gonna put it there because I've used it on exactly that on the Rose, and it felt so good. The best unison in the game that doesn't see any play is King Vegeta. The +1 makes it so you grab a card randomly from your opponent's hand and place it in the drop area, or you can KO one of their battle cards ignoring barrier. That's a really good +1. He has a really cool kind of like a counter attack for Spirit Boost 1, where for 2 energy you can play him with 3 markers. If you have an ape on board, that's really good. It's not really good, but like if you use it, like the way you use it is using it after the -X. The -X is the last ability he has. X equals how many markers you're taking out, and that will equal how many cards you want to KO in your opponent's battlefield. So let's say that it's turn 4 or 5, and he has 4 markers, which is usual. You -3 on him, you -X and choose 3, you KO 3 battle cards, you pass, and then you take out his last marker on the first attack. So you Spirit Boost 1, and then play the second copy that you have in hand with 3 markers. That's a really good one. That can do a really good clear board clear, whatever. 2 Frieza surprise attacks. You can play more or less, whatever. I like it at 2 right now because I'm trying to keep the decks as close to 50 as I can. The best turn 1 in his deck is one of my favorite Saiyans, the Kid Gohan. Newfound power, it's 1 energy. When you swing with him, he's 15k critical, and he gives you a life. So he helps you awaken, and he denies your opponent cards early on. Combined with the leader also swinging for critical, this is a really good turn 1. Let's see, another Saiyan boy. We are playing the ape. Just the theme. You can play the Pan, you can play the Kai, you can play Lineage, whatever. But this is really cool. I just like that he's a green ape, and it's a green deck. That's literally it. It also doubles as a really good finisher for 5 energy, dual attack, triple strike, 40k. But for 1 energy, activate battle, you can KO one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier. So if they're shotgunning for something. And then I'm playing this package, which I really, really like. I'm playing, not my favorite Saiyan, but a really cool Saiyan, is Goku. I'm playing 4 Goku, and then 4 Joe Rogan. This is a really cool, like, underrated, I guess, little engine. So the Goku comes out for 1 energy, and it's a 15k, right? You can take up to 1 life with him, and then if he's on board, you can play the TN for 2. Now, let me just read it so I know exactly what I'm talking about. The Goku is unique and barrier. So the Goku is barrier. You play it for 1. If your energy is green, and you have a green battle card in play, you can play this card from your hand, and then add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. If your opponent has 3 or more energy, and you have Tien Shinhan in your battle area, this card gets 10k and triple strike. So this is going to be a 25k barrier triple strike, and you can do this turn 3. And then when the Tien hits board for 2 energy, if you have a Son Goku in play, you can play this card for 2 energy. So like literally turn 3, you play this for 1, and then you play this for 2. And then he's 25k barrier triple strike, and then this guy is a deflect double strike. When this card is played, choose all of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 5 or less and KO them. So it's like a really good board wipe, and then really good finishers. Or you can go after unisons with them. 3 energy. 3 energy, turn 3, you wipe your opponent's board of anything 5-drop or below, and then you have, what, a 25k and a 20k deflect, barrier, double strike, and triple strike. That's pretty good. I like the board clear of it. I like the barrier deflect of it. It's not bad. You can put something else. I just like those cards. They are really fun. Joe Rogan number 2. When your opponent has like 1 card left in hand, you play this guy for 2, and they drop that last card. Also, it's critical. I love this card. This card's really cheeky to play. For Cells Kamehameha, I'm waiting for my Rosies to come in. That is 1 card that I'm getting in the mail. Besides that, the deck pretty much done. I would use Rosie and take this deck up to like, what, 53 cards? But as of right now, I'm making do with the Cells Kamehameha. Obviously, he's 15k, gives one of your battle card or leader cards 15k, and then you rip a card from your opponent's hand at random. You're choosing a critical attacker. He comes out for free. He's 15k. He's critical. If your opponent's battle card is KO'd. The best card in this deck, Homicidal Clone at 3. 4 Thickum Girls for 2 energy. You take her out of the drop area, warp her, and then, you know, your opponent drops 2. One of each. I like them both. Towa is overroam 3, so you can do it quicker. And she makes your opponent drop 1. And then I actually like, in this deck, Men on a Mission. He's 20k double strike crit, but like if your opponent is down to like a few cards in hand, this is a really good card. And then 2 Champa. To use with the newfound power or to use with the leader on the front. What do you guys think about this deck? It's a fun deck. What do you think about my idea of switching from the old green leader to him? Do you like it? Do you think the green leader is a little better? Do you think this might be even better than just a fun deck? Do you think you could take this again? Like, hand destruction is very degenerate. So, like, I can see this doing some damage. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you like hand destruction at all. But I'm having fun with this guy. I'm just waiting for my rosies. But yeah, let me know what you guys would do differently. And I hope this helps at least one of you. And I'll see y'all next time.